as again, we had seen him used in place of a secondary duelist or in place of other Sentinels over in Europe. So wasn't too shocked to see Chamber get tested here in North America. Here we go.
Well, the defensive look for TSM was both duelists kind of pushing over through A. Rendezvous back over towards Rafters for Wardell, but the pressure for GK starting to amass towards the middle of the map. The door is shut and then eventually deleted as the Nebula will allow that to occur. And it looks like GK is just trying to throw a little bit of pressure through mid. The spike is still down, though, towards B main. And as TSM start to flex over, this could be a little bit of a trap.
Yeah, I like this from TSM, though. Like, you kind of have to do this. Like, you've lost mid control. You're kind of covering, like, the Lekko playing from spawn, but you kind of need something else. They do have control of Juan at A side, and now they're keeping tabs on this B lobby area. They just need to make sure they don't die none. That's a tough one. So Rosa goes out. This kind of leaves Rossi in a tough spot, trying to hide the Nebula. Steps out, though. Huge kills. Can he get a third? Not quite, but he's still done a great job.
Oh, my goodness. So now, all of a sudden, with the abbreviated health pools, TSM in a 3v3 still have some utility to try to retake, including the recon dart. That will be sent over the top of the boathouse. Long flank coming all the way around the back. That's Corey who's trying to get there. Nanoswarm will chip away at a little bit of Lekko's health. And then the turret also will make sure that part of this back alley is made safe. But as TSM start to set themselves up for the retake, it's going to come from multiple angles. Nice guiding light comes through, but Lekko able to help out just the nick of time. Wardell over the top of him, gets the second, and it's all down to Alley. 1v3, 12 HP. You don't feel great about their chances. Just down to maybe can you pop off with a couple of some success of their own with the plant. We'll actually try to meet the economy this time around of TSM, who win their first pistol on that round. Didn't get any in Haven. And the Trailblazer that comes out will now try to at least create some space for Sabrosa. Good help coming out from Rossi as the guiding light was used simultaneously. One more flash around that corner. Very well done. Little bait and switch opportunity, but Alone at least kind of mitigates some of the pressure as they will tally a double, and with that we go 2v3.
Yeah, that's actually really good from Alone. I thought TSM was doing a great job layering utility and just constantly laying into that B lobby area. They did such a good job pressuring it with the Asher utility, and I mean, they were throwing all kinds of stuff at that to, you know, get themselves in favorable positions and get some good duels, but Alone fights it back. 2v2, but low health. But now we see Corey. He slides into this link. I don't know that he was spotted, and that could be it. But no, Alone's not done yet, but still only 2 HP.
Yeah.
What can he do now?
And they know the spike is down as well. So, Lekko trying to watch the cross. Spam shots come through. None of them connect. So Alone is able to retrieve the spike.
Just kind of expected when you think of this roster composition.
Yeah.
Can be very effective. Again, just not allowing any entryway even into A lobby there at the Nebula and the shock dart. Now they're pressing off the back of that with Corey.
This is the same defensive setup for TSM that they had in round one.
I mean, good.
Maybe something.
That drone is a tank. This was not dying,
reinforced
bro.
alloy.
I mean, he got so much value out of that owl drone, and they can even just back off now.
Oh, and then the flash that comes out. Trademark would have been there if needed, but everything's looking all solid here for TSM.
Down mid.
All over the map. Spike dropped mid-map. And hold on a second. Girl Kissers maybe could push through B main to maybe get around this play, but they have to get through Rossi first. As Alone is eventually overwhelmed and swarmed at, Rossi has also read that the pressure coming from B main has been established. Doesn't seem to make a difference, though. Rossi with the frenzy wins the 1v1 versus Toph, and no help was there as Moonbloom had already backed the
GK want to put emphasis on this A side early here.
Trailblazer out first. It's not the same aggressive setup defensively for TSM. Corey staying back. Same was the case for Wardell, who actually has a rendezvous to get back over towards the connector to get to Heaven in the first place. So it's up to this defensive stack. You see them kind of holding shoulders and through mid. Yeah, okay. So a little bit of respect given on both sides as GK have established the threat, and they're happy with that for now.
Yeah, we do have a push out here from Sabrosa on B lobbies. That's a lot of intel. That's going to give Aleka a little bit more freedom to cover middle and maybe even early rotate A if need be. Moonblue clearing out catwalk area there. Wine has been taken by Alone, and Corey's just playing inside this nebula, so they're doing a good job stalling out. But again, with Sabrosa's positioning, you got to be careful, because if he gets killed like this, there's not going to be enough time for people to rotate back. At least it's a trade, so that gives TSM a little bit more relief, as they are starting to rotate two players through back halls to B side. So now it's two a site. Alone looking to slip in here at A. does get the sight. Blindsides Corey as well.
Timing is perfect for Alone. Rossi escapes the gravity well with an elimination in their life. But Alone's position has now moved extra far forward. Oh my goodness,
boy.
the big balls peak from Aleko. Unreal. And then the dart behind it with the gravity well. The spike will still be planted, but Yum is tragically low. And the follow-up shock dart.
That's where they're having to combine their abilities or play off of each other. It seems to be going really smoothly.
The gravity well set up Nebula there. Rossi just able to squeak away as here comes the impending danger of Girl Kissers. Blades in hand for Alone. Doesn't find the opportunity to pull the trigger. So TSM have stayed alive through this initial surge, but now here come the Seekers. Wardell actually able to find the Yum through that, but Alone goes to work. Right clicks out for the Blade Storm. That'll be good for 2. Toff Callie's the 3rd. We've got ourselves a 4v2, but the spike will go down. Attacking lockdown also still a part of this. Defensively, TSM do not want to give this away. And Aleko's able to tally up on...
Doing some great things with their utility to get in there alone with a couple of big dagger kills, but Aleko and company just being crafty. And okay, Rossi just got eradicated there.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm, right? With that gravity well, finally it connects. Wardell, 2 to force out. Rendezvous away just to a little bit more safety. Door shut on the play as Yum will get this plant down successfully, but TSM still looking to contest this post plant early. Only thing missing is Corey is not a part of this play at the moment. All still stuck over towards the middle of the map. So it's down to can Wardell find anything? Hunter's Fury going to get called out for Moonblue. That's going to be sent all the way up towards the top. One will connect, but Wardell will stay alive. And in the same breath, Aleko still finds elimination. Guiding Light comes out, finds success off the flash. But more Nebulas, gravity wells being sent in. All able to stay alive, just spamming the feet of TSM defenders up top. And eventually, now Corey does get here. And Ollie's completely separated from the rest of the good reveal on Aleko. But will this actually mean anything? Because Corey will just take away the angle and then continues to do so at range. Oh man.
Took a little bit too long. GK able to stall out well enough, but you're definitely seeing the gears turning for TSM on how they're working out some of those retake situations, and it looks impressive.
Well, for GK, the good news is you do get on the board, and you can still put together an arsenal that will hopefully allow you a chance at a 2nd straight. The problem is the economy for TSM is just so heavy.
Yeah.
And it looks like this time around, yeah, GK will not have the same kind of resources they were hoping for, so you got to pay a little bit of respect here that TSM can still get aggressive. Yeah,
they did get aggressive at middle, and they had to force some utility just to make TSM back off so they could get some mid control here. Not even deep mid control, just, you know, that little shallow portion up towards the stairwell. They still have yet to really threaten anything over towards the catwalk or towards the link areas. As we have Corey, daggers out, just trying to float up here, see if he can spot anything at middle with the daggers. See if he can get that initial pick, but Smasher utility will now block his vision as GK will move up. Wardell does have a trademark to play off of, as he is playing right here by the door. Meanwhile, GK, though, now pivot, looking to get towards Tree. Look to try to start splitting over here towards A side, but Aleko is waiting.
30 seconds left.
Pushed off by the Trailblazer.
That's it. No more utility for Aleko. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh my gosh. Just hold me. I'm terrified. Rossi for a 3rd in the mix, and oh man. It's just like, how many times is Levi going to be in a position to where it's like, oh, he's done here.
Alone. And I guess he will just be all alone when it comes to advanced weaponry.
If you want to call it that.
Sure.
And it's 9-1 from Aleko. Unbelievable start. Trademark does get denied over through mid-map. Obviously, Sabrosa will use that as some information. One-way smoke comes out with the cloud burst. Not going to see any ankles or feet, though, so Sabrosa will start to push forward. And careful here. You fall. Even with the 2-for-1 trade, that's a weapon that could get collected in the mid-map pressure for DK. That'd be good.
Yeah, Wardell at least able to make that rotation already towards back hall, so B will now be somewhat reinforced. It's aided by the fact that Aleko is able to push out a lobby, so it gives him a little bit more flexibility on making this more early pivot. Smoke goes down, they try to press into market. Subrosa holds this angle, though. Nicely done. Flashes out. It's the confirmation there's more there.
They're just going one by one, though. That's the problem. There's also help here defensively for TSM. Yum just going to force the square peg into the round hole, and won't fit.
Again, looking really good when it comes to their team play. As we are going to see GK back onto a full buy, once again, putting that early emphasis at A lobby. Corey's kind of just forcing through it. Oh my god, if that would have worked.
Aleka though, oh my goodness! A double with the Hunter's Fury. I'll be able to get out, fortunately.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
keep
that
this at a
is the saving
3v3
grace.
because, sheesh.
Yeah, the saving grace is Ali getting that frag, man. If he doesn't do that, then this would be really worrisome. Because now they're looking to pivot over with the Cosmic Divide over towards B, but they still have to deal with Rossi, who's just holding the angle, trying to buy time, does get the intel on both players, and gets the blind side on Yum that allows Wardell to push in. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Get around us. I have a sentry turret there. Oh, wasn't able to see it. So now blades are out. But can you find any value here for GK in round 10? Okay, yes you can. Wardell, a little bit over aggressive to the Nebula, gets punished, and that'll be an easy weapon to collect.
Yeah, this is a good start here for GK on, you know, a low buy round, getting a kill, getting a Phantom into Yum's hands, but Corey with the Jet Odin. Alrighty then. Not something you see every day. Alone pulls out the daggers, able to get one and start getting some space onto the site. And yeah, it's looking pretty good here for GK.
It's a massively valuable round for GK, not just because you're hoping and likely you should get the second on the scoreboard. Wait a second, I don't want to call too soon.
Yeah, hold your
Because Aleko's still alive.
Hold on.
They're going to invest the Seekers to this as well. Okay, surely not this time. Surely not. No. Surely not this time.
Surely not. Yeah.
There's no way. It can't happen. It just can't.
A bit of a rough start here, so they need to get it going here quickly. TSM looking to keep up the aggression here, trying to get a forward angle on mid this time around. Don't find anything with it quite yet.
A lot of stack up through mid-map. Sabrosa nearby. Information off the Owl drone. Trailblazer to counter. Sabrosa affected. Flash comes out and all the blood, and then wants to use a second to actually gain more presence over through mid.
Yeah.
And that will actually be a nice play.
Yeah, big Trailblazer there from Ali to stun Sabrosa, and then use that to get that mid control and kind of alleviate some pressure. Now they're just all gathered up here on Catwalk. A lobby taken by TSM with the Aleka and Rossi. At least they have that, but they got more than they were asking for there as Moonblue and Yum get the better end of that trade. Now they'll have a site, and they have a 4-on-2. And while we do see Corey and Wardell already in position, it's going to be a tough retake.
And Wardell just had so many targets to choose to shoot between, and unfortunately did not pick the correct one. It was Toph who had the long angle through Archway. But TSM have found some magic with the LMGs. And Corey do the same. This is a much taller ask with a 1v4 in front of him. Breaks both obstacles in his way, the door and the window. Recon bolt will reveal, and Corey will say, all right, I'm out of here.
Peace. Or is he? Doubling back at Heaven, catching the Predator with their knife out.
No.
Lines up two, making this expensive. Does he have time?
Yeah, sure does.
True.
Wardell's going to try to get aggressive again. This comes down to William would actually peak this, because it's been a lot of mid presence from GK, and yeah, now that they know, Wardell's is going to be essentially giving away the position that, yeah, no, they're not going to go B main this time around.
Now he's got an even deeper angle here over towards the attacking spawn, and he's not done inching forward. Comes out as well. Smoke deters him a little bit there, but he's still hanging around. You can see that GK are kind of dancing, trying to bait him out, try to set up some type of way to get him, but they just can't. And Sabrosa picks up alone at the same time, and my good... Maybe. Just maybe.
You know...
Just wait a little bit.
I'm right there with you with the excitement about what this team is showcasing us right now, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of would have loved to have seen Girl Kissers play up against an opponent that was not TSM, because they've also looked like
Alone looks legit,
they've done
bro.
their homework, right?
Like, Blues look legit.
It's a couple of missteps.
We've seen some good stuff out of some of their players, that's for sure.
Yeah. Tough pull, single elimination round of 128. That much is for sure. I know you probably look at the battle fly and you say, all right.
Alrighty then. Yeah.
But let's see what Girl Kissers can do on the defense here. They've got a pretty forward position. Actually going to use flashes actually behind that for Alone to get more pressure through A long. Kind of cutting down the middle of Sabrosa, and the spike isn't necessarily committed yet, so there's still an opportunity to kind of cut this defense down the middle.
Yeah, because you have TSM with mid control, but then you have GK getting, you know, A lobby. So there's kind of dueling control taking place here, but Rossi now catches the A fallback. Sabrosa gets a timing on top he was not expecting, and now it's starting to look a little bit grim here for GK.
I really like that read from TSM as well when it comes to just kind of splitting up this defense as much as possible. You get through the site quickly. As you mentioned, like you block off the re-return right back towards the A site. You also cut off reinforcements. It's just a really nice position for TSM to use. But the round is not done yet. Yum, at least able to tally a first, more to find. The frenzy is looking better and better the more we see it. Second kill tallied. Information on where Aleko has gone, but this is a very difficult 1v2 with not a lot of intel on where Rossi has gone. Gravity Well will pull.
Buy up, you know, so keep a couple of rifles in play when the full buy comes out of your opponent. Wasting no time.
Look at TSM here. Yeah, I like this. Nebula to block off the catwalk. Guiding light, recon bolt, more nebulas and smokes behind it. Though they do not actually see Toph, who gets away, sneaking a kill. That still said, B zone is completely vacated for the most part. The problem is there's no spike as a part of this push, so even if they fully take here for TSM, they still have some work to do.
Yeah, but Rossi catches that rotation from Malone out in middle. He's also spotted Alley now as well, and knows if he's in towards market. He'll just finish the job on that as well. Why the heck not? Well, it does seem like, from a team play aspect, things look good.
Oh, boy. You know, the thing is, as Wardell finds the early first blood, there have been some moments where I think a lot of teams, and we heard this I think a lot from FaZe last year, is like sometimes they just kind of freestyle around. The thing is, even when TSM may be in similar positions where they're kind of freestyling their hits, they're still connecting, like you mentioned, a lot of their abilities very nicely together.
Right.
So those
it might be freestyling, but it's like
received.
freestyling with the partner. Like, you know, you got someone
Right,
with
yeah,
you
sure.
doing stuff, and so yeah, you can definitely see they've been working on some things. As they have an even exchange thus far in this round, as TSM do take tree position. They clear out those nano swarms down A site as well.
Wardell going to take a peek. They got a lone isolated backside of the site. Cloudburst will come through. Rest of TSM will essentially suffocate the jet. That'll be good for the site now taken. Spike not confident enough to get planted, at least as of yet. And still holding on to it is Aleko. And defensively, Girl Kisses are actually in a nice position to possibly even challenge this.
Very well could. Might just be waiting out for the plant, though. On that'll take one player off the board and use it to break the door and start getting a little bit more space. Smoke's now down, though. Two defenders will get under the balcony. Big kill for Moonblue there.
Double peek through the nebula. Aleko underneath. Do you have a way to flush these players out? They're holding a pretty solid crossfire, and you could definitely see the mathematics and the gears are turning for GK.
Point, and GK buy all that they can, and while there's a couple of them that are still impactful, it's still not the optimal buy.
Yeah, Moonblue, nice try with the Marshall. Door shut on mid connection, so now you've got TSM threatening through the Cosmic Divide, knives even out in play. Well, he will at least respond with the first elimination for the defense. Through this Cosmic Divide are looking to still try to take away space. The problem is they just do not have the information on where anybody is. Toph, though, double. Needs to 1v4.